concept or you learn before Java, before anything you know why concept Java is object oriented programming language, why Java is object oriented programming language, what is the use of if Java is the object oriented programming language, then how to write the code for using the concept of object oriented programming language. Any idea you have, you can explain, no problem. We are learning, that's it. Okay, so when we are writing, okay, I'm writing here bank. Okay, what is meaning of object oriented programming language? You can see, if you are anywhere, if you are in the earth, everything is an object, right? So this all are object. We have a bank, employee, railway, flight, cab, van, mobile. These all are object, real world object. Okay, these are the real world object. What is meaning of object oriented programming language means? We have a real world object and we are going to convert it to the programming world. Okay, I have used the word this real world object we are going to convert into the programming world. What is meaning of real world object? So these all are the real world object. Computer, bank, employee, cab, you can take anything, all are the real world object. I have used one more word, we are going to convert into the programming world. What is meaning of convert into the programming world? Okay, so this object I want to automate. Automation means going to convert into the programming world. What is meaning of automation? Automation means programming, right? You have written the code and automatically it is going to work. That is called automation, right? We don't have any manual task, right? We are going to use our code and it will work automatically. We are not going to do any manual task. That is called automation. But how to do this? How to do in the Java and how to perform this all the things, right? So I think you got some idea what of real world object we are going to convert into the programming world. Okay, so what do you meaning of real world and programming world? Okay, these are the object. These are the real world object. Net banking, e-commerce, Redbus, IRCTC, make my trip. So object oriented programming means we are going to convert real world object into the programming world. So what do we meaning of programming world? Programming world means this is called automation. What do you meaning of this automation? If you will go in this all this net banking, an object, real world, e-commerce object, Redbus object, IRCTC, I don't know, crores of the website and there. So all are the object converted into the programming world. How it is going to perform this? You can see if we are not using net banking, right? Okay, take the Amazon. If we are not, you have to purchase something and you want to go somewhere, right? So you have to go somewhere. So why it is required? Why automation is required? Because it is saving the time, right? Getting the more output as compared to manual task. That's why this is automation is required. So you can see this Amazon is an object they have converted into the programming world. Might be this application is developed on the Java, might be that application is developed in a different language like Python, but object oriented programming is there. But how to convert this real world into programming world? Okay, so we have class keyword, right? When you are writing this class keyword, then what happened? This object we are going to convert into the programming world. This object okay, we are going to convert into the programming world. I've given the application like you can take HDFC Bank or Amazon. So how to develop this code? This website they have developed. Just we know the manual and just we know this validation. So when we are going to develop any application, we have a front end and back end, right? That is called full stack developer. If you have a both knowledge, front end and back end, that is called full stack developer. So in front end, we are the user, we are able to see this front end site, right? Everything is like we are able to see and we are able to validate. In application, we have a two things. One is the users we are using and one is the admin part. Okay, so when you are going for the login page, okay, and you are register anything and you are adding the cart and all, when you are doing this add cart, right? So just I'm not going to do this, just I'm going to add the cart and we have a multiple option. Okay, how many object you are going to how many object means product you are going to add, n numbers of the product you can add in this cart, right? This logic is there when you are adding this cart. So first, what is OOP principle, real world object, we are going to convert into the programming world. Okay, that is we are going to convert this, but OOP having the some principle. Okay, OOP having the some principle. When you are going to develop any application, we have to provide security to this application, right? If Amazon does not provide the security, okay, that payment gateway is there, right? Then what happens? It will go the huge loss. So OOP having the principle, why the principle is required to achieve the security, how to write in the code. So we have a concept called encapsulation. Okay, so this is the one principle. Second one, I am able to see this. Okay, this you are going to sign up and selecting your order and giving this order and sending online payment or cash on delivery, okay, like Amazon Pay, okay, these are the there, but it is not visible, all this process how it is going to work. That is called abstraction. It is not visible for us. Okay, it is not visible for us, but internally how it is going to work, I don't know. Just we are going to use this. How you are going to use this? Because if you are the new customer, then what you have to do? You have to register, right? You have to give all the information to this, your mobile number or email ID. Then you will get the verification stuff. Then we are able to use this. But when you are giving this your mobile number, some OTP is coming, right? That is called verification and validation, right? So we will verify person and we are going to use. So internally abstraction we are not able to see, but internally it is how it is going to work. But we are using this. Okay, what happened when you are developing any application? Then we have some common logic, right? We have some common logic that is called reusability. How to perform this reusability? So we have a concept called inheritance concept. Just I will give you the one example why inheritance is required. When this developer, many developers are there to develop this Amazon. Okay, so how they are going to develop this? We have a models. Okay, one models, we have a one team, another models, we have another team. So they are developing this. While developing this application, we have multiple classes, right? When you are going to execute one class to another class, right? We have multiple classes, but how to execute our code? Okay, how to execute our code? we have a multiple classes, 100 classes is there, and all the classes I make to the relationship between when one some logic I have written in the first class. If my first class will execute, then on a 10th of the class is also going to execute. Then how to make the relationship? So we have a concept called inheritance. Inheritance, how to achieve the inheritance? We have extend keyword. So by using this extend keyword, we are going to achieve the inheritance concept. Okay, so I think you got some idea about of hook concept. So we'll go with a little bit documentation. So very important, if you will go in this exam as in your interview, this all are very important. Okay, one more principle is there, that is called polymorphism. Why polymorphism is required? Okay, so if you will read somewhere, then polymorphism means having the multiple form, one person having the multiple form, that is called polymorphism. What is meaning of one person? When I went to office, I am the employee, I am teaching you, I am the teacher. One person having the different behavior. So this is the English word I am telling you, but how to write in the code this polymorphism concept, right? So polymorphism means having the multiple form. This is the English word, but how to tell in the technical and how to write the code in the Java for polymorphism. So polymorphism means how to achieve the polymorphism in the Java. So we have a concept called method overloading and method overriding. Basically, still why the polymorphism is required? I have a one ATM card, HDFC Bank. Okay, this my HDFC Bank. I can withdraw money from any bank ATM, right? This concept is called polymorphism, and this concept is called dynamic method dispatching. So we have a polymorphism. How to achieve the polymorphism? We have a method overriding and method overloading. Method overriding and method overloading, I will explain all the things with code. So just will go through this documentation. So object oriented programming concept, we have a object. So I told you this real world object, how to convert into the programming world. This have a class keyword. So by using this class keyword, this real world object we are going to convert into the programming world. If you are going to develop any application, we provide the security. We have a encapsulation. Okay, so what happened? Abstraction. Why abstraction is required? I don't want to use it. There is no need to see the internal things what is going to happen. That is called abstraction. You have some little bit doubt why, how to achieve this abstraction, right? I am telling you how to achieve this abstraction. But how to write the code in the abstraction? So we have a concept called interface and abstract class. Okay, so just I will give you some example. Interface have a separate topic, so I will come on this. Just I will give you the little bit about abstraction. So interface, just understand interface is like a super class. Inside this interface we provide some operation. Okay, what do you meaning of operation? This is operation, right? When we are adding this your product, and it will add in the cart, then again it will come in the next page. Okay, that next page will come, just go for the payment. It will come the option for net banking or cash on delivery. So these are called operation, right? So that operation we are declare inside this interface. That operation, how to declare inside this interface? By using the core Java concept, that is called abstract class. So by using this abstract class, by using abstract method, not abstract class, By using this abstract method, we are providing the operation inside this interface that is abstracted. That operation is abstracted. Then how to use that operation? Abstracted means using the abstract class. Why it is abstracted? Abstract class doesn't have a body, only we have a declaration. Okay, so all the things I will discuss in interface. Okay, I will give you the code also regarding all this concept. So that is abstracted. How the user is going to use this? We have to provide the implementation. Okay, so this abstraction part and interface and abstract class will discuss in the coming session. So just I have given some definition what is the OOP and why OOP. OOP is a methodology. It provides suggestion for implementing real world object in programming world. OOP concepts are given for implementing real world object into the programming world for automating a real world business. All are business, right? E-commerce, net banking, IRCTC, Redbus, and Make My Trip. These are the business operation, right? Business operation, real world object, converting programming world for automating at real world business operation, doing the business for achieving what? Security and dynamic method dispatching. Dynamic method dispatching means we have a one ATM card, and by using the one ATM card I can withdraw the money from any bank. That is called dynamic method dispatching. In Selenium we have a web driver. Okay, so web driver is an interface. Web driver is an interface. ATM is ATM is a class. Okay, web driver is an interface. This web driver is called super class because interface is also always root class. So ATM card is a super class. And now I am going to web driver that is variable and going to a store, Chrome driver object. Okay, so what happened? Chrome driver will launch. I am going to a store driver equal to new Firefox. New Firefox will execute. I am going to a store driver equal to IE browser. This concept is called dynamic method dispatching. One superclass reference variable, we are executing multiple object type. One ATM card, ATM T equal to new ATM. ATM T equal to HDFC ATM, ICICI Bank ATM. Okay, Canara Bank ATM. Okay, so ATM is a superclass reference variable. We are executing multiple subclasses. This concept is called dynamic method dispatching. I will come on this. All this code will come inside this polymorphism. This concept is called runtime polymorphism. So I will come on this. Okay, slowly all the concept will get cleared. For representing real world object, OOP concept is called class. How to present in the real world object? We have a class keyword. For achieving security, OOP has a concept called encapsulation. For achieving DMD, I am telling you out of this dynamic method dispatching. DMD OOP concept has called abstraction, inheritance and polymorphism. Representing and real world means creating a class with this object name, with the variable, method, storing for value for this object for implementing all the operation. Okay, so whatever I am telling in all the English language, so will convert by using this code, right? So same thing I have mentioned. Representing an object means creating a class. Bank class I have created. This object name is bank. Might be some variable is there, some methods are there. Storing this value, we are going to store this value for this object and implementing this operation. For achieving the security means I have a net banking net banking username account. My account is not able to access other people, so that is called security. You have a Google Pay, right? Your Google Pay, I cannot access you, right? This is called security. So this achieving the security means not allowing the other programmer to access the data directly, allowing the other programmer to access the object data with proper validation and authentication. What do you meaning of this? Okay, what happened when I am the new customer for HDFC Bank? Then HDFC Bank guy took my all the data. What the data they have required? My phone number, email ID, PAN card, Aadhaar card. So these are the information I have given to the, I fill up this form, online form, and I submitted this. When if you will submit this all the information, then what happen? It will check your all the data is correct or not, but I don't know how it is going to work. That is called proper validation and calculation. After that we will get our username and password. Okay, so this thing is called security. Same thing I have mentioned here. So achieving DMD means calling a method and executing it dynamically from different subclass of type and based on subclass type object. What I want to tell you, I think you got some idea about of this. Every time I'm telling you dynamic method dispatching, like this is our ATM. Okay, ATM key. Okay, okay. So we have again ATM. Okay, I'm taking same variable. I can take. Okay. Okay. We have a 80. So we will write what else? Okay. So this thing I want to tell you. What do you meaning of dynamic method dispatching? Okay, you have any idea about of this, how to create an object? Yes, you know how to create an object. Okay, this class, ATM class. Okay, now class extends okay, so this is again we have a class So this is the one thing. Second thing, how to create an object. Do you know? I need you guys reply me. Okay, so it's, if you will not communicate, then communicate. Okay, how to create an object. One second, okay. This I have to say. Okay, what happened? Hello. 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 Anyone is there? Hi Mona Lisa, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. Actually, I don't know. All people. Actually, what happened? Some of the topic I will give you the backup class. Okay. Okay. So, if I will ask something, just reply me so I can explain all the things, what the things you know and don't know. Okay. Got it, right? So it's, if you will communicate, then I know I should know which thing I have to explain more. Got it, right? So we are learning. Okay, no one is master here. Okay, so we are learning. Okay, we are in the learning stage. I am also learning stage. Just whatever I have a knowledge, I'm trying to share. That's it. Okay. So how to create an object? Okay, so just I'll give you a little bit regarding object. Okay, just no one is there today, so what I can do, this hook concept I can again will come on this. So today I will give you some little bit basics concept. Okay, because you have to. Okay, so what just I'm going to start. Okay, again I will come on the hooks. From tomorrow I will start from the hooks concept, because this is the important concept, right? And all are not there. Even they did not inform me. Okay. So this is my, if you are going to develop your code, then in your system Java code, then your system JDK is required, and this is the edit plus software. Okay, so how to configure this software I will tell you later class. Okay, do you have in your system Java, or did you practice Java before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some months before.
Okay, no problem. So if you join any organization, and because in MNC having the IT people are doing all the things, but might be you have a system and someone will tell you have to develop your Java code, then what you have to do, you have to download the JDK and install the JDK. When you are installing this JDK, then if you will go in this C drive program files, you can see one folder is there Java. Then you can see this is the Java is there in your system. So how this Java code is going to work? Okay, so where is this? One second. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so after that we have one editor. My editor is called edit plus editor, and Java is there. Okay, so now so now this line of the code, this is code I have saved as a .java file. Okay, when you are saving this .java file, then after that it is going to compile this code. We have to do compilation. After compiling, the job of the compiler will check the syntax. After compiling this, then what happen, one dot class file will be generated. Dot class file is nothing but it is a byte code. Byte code means JVM is able to understand. What do you meaning of JVM? JVM means Java Virtual Machine. When you are installing the JDK in your system, by default, this is my JDK software. By default, we have a JRE, we have a compiler, and we have a JVM. So all the things I will give you the notes. Okay, so don't worry this. So when this is class keyword. Why we are writing this class keyword? Why? Because we have any object, and that object, real world object, we are going to convert into the programming world. That's why we are writing this class keyword. This open and curly braces. This open and curly braces is called class field. Okay, this open and curly braces is called class field. So what do you meaning of this code? So class keyword means real world object we are going to convert into the programming world, and we have this curly braces, opening and curly braces. This is called class field. Okay, I have some question. I have written this .java class file. So file I have saved this. Now we have to do compile. So in my system I have configured, if I will press Ctrl 1, it will compile. What is the job of compiler? You have to ask the question, why you are going to compile this? So I told you, in the Java, when JDK you are going to install, we have a compiler software. So compiler is checking the syntax of your code. So which type of the syntax it will check, which is applicable for Java. If it is not applicable for Java, then compiler will tell you this is the error. Okay, whatever the code you have written, line number 9, if it is not applicable for Java. Line number 6. Okay, so what is the job of compiler? Compiler will check your syntax. Okay, so this is not applicable for the. Now I am going to compile this. When I compile this, now you can see I compile find. Okay, we are not getting any error. But after compilation, what happened? This dot file is generated. First .java class file is saved in the .java class. Second is your compilation. Compilation means .java .class file is generated. What do you meaning of .class file? .class file is nothing but it is a byte code. This byte code is not human readable. This byte code is able to understand our Java virtual machine. Okay, JVM is not able to understand this code, whatever the code we have written. So compiler is converted into the byte code. Now we have converted into the byte code. Now it will interact to the JVM. Okay, if your code won't be interact to the JVM, then how to get this output? Okay, so now compilation is over. So in the Java, when you are develop the code on the Java, then you have to do two work. One is your compilation and one is your execution. You can see I compile fine. Am I going to execute this code? So how to execute in my system? I configure this Ctrl 2, so it will execute. But I am getting this error. Why this error we are getting? Main method not found in class. Please define the main method. This is my question. Why main method is required? Do you have any knowledge about of main method? Okay, why main method is required? I compile fine, but why main method is required? Okay, so we are in the class level. Okay, opening and curly braces, that is called class level. If I am writing here system dot println, Okay, hello. If I will compile this code, will I get any compile time error? Yeah, it will display hello world. Are you able to hear me? Hello? You're there, right? Okay. When we are writing system.out.println as a class level, will I get any compile time error? So what is the meaning of this system.out.println? Actually, this is the logic. System is a class, out is a variable, and println is a method. So when you are writing any logic directly as a class level, if I will compile this now, we are getting this illegal starter type, you can see. So what happened, as a class level, we cannot write the logic directly. Okay, so system is a class, okay, out is a variable, and println is a method. Then how to execute the logic? So when this is the what we have learned till now. Class keyword means we are going to convert into this object, real world object, into the programming world. This is our class field. If you are writing anything as a class level, any logic as a class level, then what happens, compiler will throw error. So how to resolve this? So that's why the Java people have developed one concept. That concept is called method concept. Okay, so now what is method? Just method having the separate topic, so we'll discuss this. So just I am going to create one method. Just you understand, this is called user defined method. The method which is created by us, that is called user defined method. Okay, this is user defined method M1. When this logic, okay, just copy here. Okay, as a class level we were getting this compile time error. Okay, this logic, if what happened, if you are developing any logic, then we have to write inside this method. Why method is required? If you are going to develop any logic, there are two types of the logic. One is your business logic, one is your mathematical logic. So first thing, if you are writing any logic as a class level, then we will get compile time error. Then the Java people have developed this method concept. So why method is required? For developing the logic. Okay, there are two types of the logic. One is business logic, one is your mathematical logic. Okay, so if I will compile this code, now I am able to compile this, but before I was not able to compile. Till now you have any doubt what we have discussed? Hello, till now you have any doubt? Hello.